What's going on, everybody? So I wanted to do a video to talk about some of the upcoming things that I'm going to be doing. Some of the projects that I've got going on, it's mainly going to be a focus on my backyard. This past summer I slowed down a lot on my projects, and that's mainly due to an issue with my back. I hurt my back. I found out I've got a couple of bulging discs, so it's slowed me down a lot. It's caused me to put on some extra weight as another side note of that. But I'm doing what I can, and I'm gonna try to get these projects knocked out. A lot of the things that I've done around my house, I've done a huge amount in the almost 6 years, I guess, that we've been here. As far as the entire yard and landscaping's been redone. I tore down the original deck and added on lots of other decks. We added the pool, we had the pool cover. I'm about to extend out the one side of the pool with another deck, and I'm going to show you that. I'm going to do a complete video as I build that deck to show you how I build a deck. I'm not a carpenter. I've never worked as a handyman or construction or anything like that. I've just watched a lot of YouTube videos myself and learned what I think, the things that I need to know as far as building a deck. So I take that and apply it to what I do. I'm going to show you the area. I apologize, I started this channel after I already dug out the footers and poured them. So I do already have the site kind of graded off for it, and I have the footers poured. But the rest of it, as I build the deck, I'm going to do a video. I hadn't decided if it's going to be kind of a time lapse of it, because it'll be somewhat of a big undertaking and project. It's going to, size wise, it's going to be, I think it's 24 or 26 feet. I think I'm doing actually 24 feet by 12 feet. So I'll show you the area that I'm doing and what's going on there. Another big project that I've got to put some work into and get done is my son's, what he calls tree house, but it's kind of just a fort or playhouse up on stilts. So I've gotten a long ways with that, but I'm going to do a video of finishing that project up. And what I mean by that is we'll get up there. I've got to finish the door, the stairs. I've got to wall it in. I've got to do the ceiling. I've got to do the fascia boards, and I've got to do the overhang area. So I've still got a lot of work to do to it, but like I said, I had already started that project and made a lot of headway before I started this channel. I wish I could have taken you on that entire project and journey as I've gone through it, but it is what it is. I'm gonna, start where we're at now and show you the process of finishing that up. Another thing that I'm going to work on is my covered area at the pool. I need to put in a sink there, and I need to build a countertop and cabinets, things like that. So we're going to work on that together. I'll do a video on each part of all this as I start working on these projects. And like I said, I don't know if I'm going to do time lapse of them. Depends on how long the videos are, or if I'm just going to do it in segments. The other thing is I have a lot of landscaping that needs to be done. I'm going to have to put in a retaining wall at some point. I've got to get some more grading and work done. I got to put more sod down, which I'm not sure yet if I'm going to do sod. I have sod in my backyard that I put down myself. I can also get seed in it. I seeded my front yard, but I hadn't decided which way I'm going to go to finish the backyard. I had to do sod to get around the pool to keep dirt and stuff from washing the pool when it was done. So I kind of went ahead and did sod just for that reason, just to go around it and be done with that part. But I'll show you that. I've also got to finish the vinyl fencing that I've started that's going to go around the entire perimeter of my backyard. That's been a huge project. I originally got quotes on the job and they were $12,000–$15,000 to get vinyl fencing put around my entire yard. So I'm doing that myself. Basically, when the pool was complete, it's required to have a fence around it. What I've done so far is I've taken the vinyl fencing and I've gone to where my neighbor's chain link fencing was, and I've kind of just bumped it into that on both sides, the lower and around the back and all, to make it legal. Basically, I already had the inspector come out and take a look at it. So I'm legal as far as that goes, but I do want to fence in my entire backyard. So I kind of buy a panel or two here or there when I can. It's kind of expensive to do it. I think I figured up that each 8-foot section, you know, it's about $150 every 8 feet that I go. So, you know, just to go and buy the materials and do the work and put it in. But I get the vinyl panels just at Lowe's. I believe it's the Freedom brand. I'm impressed with it. I like it so far, but you know, we'll see whether it holds up over the years or not. I hope it does. I have a lot of high hopes for it. I decided to do that instead of wood because I didn't want to fool with having to paint or stain it all the time and the maintenance that went with it. So I just I thought the vinyl would be a better way to go, but we'll see how that pans out. So I'll make a video just of me installing a panel so you can kind of see that. I have an auger by Stihl. Everybody knows I'm a big Stihl advocate. So I have tons and tons of tools and outdoor equipment that I'm going to do review videos on as well. Not necessarily reviews, but just my thoughts on them, you know, whether I would recommend them or not. And then also in upcoming videos I'm going to do, as we go camping and trips, I'm going to do a review pretty soon of the camper that we own and that we decided to go with. We bought it in November 2018, so we've had almost a year. We're about to go on another camping trip with it, so I'm looking forward to that. We're going with some friends. I will take you guys along for the ride and show you the campgrounds that we'll be staying at, and do a kind of a discussion and overview of the camper that we have, and we'll show you some of the footage of us camping there if I can as well. Let's see, other things that we're going to be doing and talking about. Like I said, my thoughts are that, you know, direction as far as this channel, I want to be, you know, have some entertaining aspects. I want to have some discussions about things that I have, maybe experiences, just, you know, life in general as we go day to day, but kind of show you the projects that I'm doing to my house, ways that I found to do them. You know, as I do all these things, I've watched a lot of videos and looked for things myself, and there's tons of information out there, but everybody usually has their own spin on how to do things and ways they do it. So maybe somebody will find my way valuable, or maybe at least get some useful information. Or, you know, sometimes I just enjoy watching videos of what people have going on, you know, and they're at their house, you know, what kind of projects they're working on. I spend a lot of time watching YouTube videos of just people fishing because I enjoy it. Not necessarily, you know, the videos that are staged where they're just catching fish constantly and their clothes change and everything else and have all several days packed into one, that type thing. But you know, I watch a lot of YouTube and just find a lot of enjoyment in it. So I'm hoping that people enjoy watching my videos and really get something out of them, and we'll move forward from there. If there's anything that you see as I'm doing my videos that you would like to see more of, or maybe something you would you spot on camera that I haven't talked about that I have that you'd like me to talk about, let me know and I'll try to put together a video on it. I don't mind doing it. You know, we'll even get into some point grilling and cooking and things like that, because I really enjoy doing that as well, and what grills that I use and have, and electric smokers and all that type thing. So I hope that I can put out some interesting videos for you. Now I'll cut out, and I'm just going to kind of do a walk around and let you see the projects that I do have going on and the areas that they are, and what I'll be doing, in other words. So I hope you enjoy. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to the channel. I want to try to get my subscribers up. My goal, you know, I don't expect to make a lot of money out of these videos. I hope at some point in time to make a little bit of money, at least to pay for the equipment and things like that I'm using, my subscription to the editing software, all that stuff. I hope to make a little bit of money so that I can at least cover that stuff, but I do enjoy making the videos, and hope I can continue doing it. So, you know, please let me know any of your thoughts on it, anything you'd like to see. You know, I'm open to discussions on there and try to answer any questions that I can. Thank you very much. All right, everybody, we're going to do one kind of aerial view of what I've got going on here, and then I'll walk down there and show you as well. So what I talked about, you know, this is my pool, and that's what I have going on so far. My lower decks, I built all that myself, and all of my decks are made out of composite. That's all the materials right here for the new deck, well, my composite boards anyway. So as you can see, I've dug out all of the footers and poured the concrete for them and have all that graded, so that part's ready to go. If you see that pile of materials over there, that's actually a Craftsman shed that I bought. My goal is, after I get the deck up, I want to put that together, and that'll be an area to store pool floats and chairs and things like that. Over there under that tarp, I have the walls for my son's playhouse, and I'll get you a closer look at that, but that's what I've got so far. And then just a pan around my yard. So that's the vinyl fencing I was talking about. That's how far I've gotten now, basically back there to that tree. You can see how far I still have to go. I really don't remember how many feet I had all together. There's the entrance to my basement, and there's the vinyl fencing starting on that side. It just goes down to the chain link over there. Below me here are all my wood and materials for the deck. And then down there, my plans are to actually build a retaining wall, level that out, and then I eventually want to build a shop or something down there. I have a double gate that I built, and I have a gravel driveway going back there. I'd like to have a shop to put my mower and all my tools and equipment in. I'm not sure when I'll get to that. I got to finish up these other projects before I start on it, but that's future plans. Okay, y'all, sorry, it's starting to rain on me here, so we'll walk down. So this is my upper deck. I'll pan around and let you kind of see it from this angle. That's my upper deck, and like I said, I built all this myself. Forgot how many feet high it is, but it's a 16 by 16 deck. Then I made one platform, you know, going down, came on down this way. I poured actually this concrete pad myself. I guess that's why it's discolored the way it is. I actually did it from out of bag concrete from Lowe's. That was a heck of a undertaking. I think it took me like 32 bags or whatever that I mixed by hand in the wheelbarrow and poured for that. That's one thing I found I'm not very good at, and when it comes to concrete work, I'll probably just pay for it in the future. I built these benches and these two decks here. All of it composite deck boards. That's a fire pit. Over there is my big green egg. I'll do a review video on that at some point as well. Let's walk on around. Another thing I've got to do is landscaping wise, so I need to buy more rock and put around my covered area here. We'll just do a quick walk around. So there's my vinyl fence, and this stuff, the fence is really easy to put up. I'm gonna do a video and show you exactly how to do it. This is my sod, and if you're curious or interested about it, it is Zenith Zoysia. I love it. When I was fertilizing and taking a lot of, or spending a lot of time on it, it looked wonderful. This past summer, like I said, with my back, I've kind of let it go. I didn't do all the applications of fertilizer, and I haven't been watering it, and we've had a lot of droughts, so it's not looking that great right now. Okay, I got the vinyl siding up on the cover here. I did a metal roof. It's my first time fooling with metal, but it was fairly simple to do. I would definitely do that again. It's supposed to last forever. Like I said, we're gonna add more rock into this at some point. So the vinyl fence, I've run all the way down here. And we're gonna continue on with it. If you're curious about these wood posts coming out of the ground, that's actually a setup for a hammock. I built that for my wife so she could lay back here and read her books and things like that. Let me know if you're curious exactly how I did these, you know, just to make them so they would hold weight. I actually have metal rebar going out several feet so it doesn't like tilt in when you lay in the hammock, but it works out pretty well. And I keep the hammock out of the weather, so it's actually hanging up under the deck. Put that out for as needed. I've got to finish up this flower bed back here. I'm gonna clean it all out, and I wanted to wait till I got my fence around before I did any more work with it. Also, this part right here, you can see where I put the sod down, and the grass just doesn't grow because of all the trees around here and all the shade. It just casts a shaded area over here all the time. So I think what I'm gonna do is actually take some of those stones and put across here and fill it with sand or something like that up under the hammock. I think that'll be nice. Back here we have my wood rack, and that pallet there is I've got bags of concrete in there for the fence as I continue along with it. There's the pool pump, and we're kind of just doing like, I guess, a tour. Those drain lines are actually, I added in when I built the around the pool area over here, because I started having water pool up in that area, so I had to put some drain lines in. So those drain lines are from over here at the pool. And this is my fire pit. This is pretty simplistic to do too. You know, you buy these stones at Lowe's. Basically, you just dig it out to where you have a flat surface with dirt. Stack those together. We did buy the, I don't know exactly what it's called. It's like a landscaping caulk type stuff. It's made for landscaping stones. So it's like a caulk or glue. So I put them together with that. Then on around here, this is the bathroom that I built, and before I show it on camera, I'm actually gonna go in there and clean it up a little bit. It's got a kind of a mess in there. So this is the area that I've built to hang out at the pool, put a fan in when it gets really hot. But what I'm lacking and what I still have to do, so I ran water down here, so you can see where those boards stop. That's where I'm gonna go back, and I'm gonna put a counter in all the way across and come out, and I'm gonna put a sink on this side, and you know, cabinet doors and all that stuff in front of it for storage. But I'll do the whole video of that at some point. All right, let's go take a look over here. My neighbor's dog, he's gonna bark at us the whole time. Hopefully you can hear me. So his playhouse here, we have a sandbox in the bottom. Then I use deck boards and then 6x6s going up. And I'll show you kind of the construction that I went with up under here. I did 2x10s for the main support beams here, and then 2x8s for the joist. Then I have a cutout in the back that I have to build some stairs down to the lower platform. And then I'll do a video and show you the inside of this, you know, as I work on it. I have materials to finish it up, and I actually have, you might can see the power wire out there. I have a power outlet that I ran over here, and conduit and all run in. So I'm gonna actually have power up there. I have a little mini AC unit that I'm gonna install in it as well, because it gets pretty hot. All right, if we take a look over here, then here I started trenching out at one point, but I got to get back to it. So I'm going to do a retaining wall kind of around there, and then sod or seed out, and then have a lower level there as well. As far as I went with my sod so far. Then let's walk on over here. Now, like I said, this is the Craftsman building that I bought from Lowe's. I'm trying to think of what size it was. I think it was like a 7x10, something like that, but I have to go back and verify. But I opened it up out of the box and carried all the pieces down here because I did it individually. The box itself was like 400 pounds. So getting it down here was kind of difficult unless I took it all apart. So after I get this new deck built back here, then I'll put that building up too and do a video on how to put all that together. Hopefully it won't be too hard. And then my deck boards and everything else I've got going on. It's kind of a mess up under the deck. I did the balusters for my deck. I did taller than code or regular decks because of being so high up and having kids. I wanted to make sure nobody could fall anyway off of that, so I did that for that reason. Up under the deck, you'll notice on the right side here, that one post offset to the inside. So that was the last post hole that I dug when I was building this deck. I did the 3 back to start with. I started on this end, and when I got to this end, lo and behold, I ran into my septic tank, the corner of it, with my auger. So instead of changing all my plans or shifting the whole deck or anything, I just did this route. So, I mean, you know, I think I used 2x12s for those main supports, and the 6x6s, you know, I just added an arm out, and those are doubled up as well. So having 2 different rows of that, and it anchored onto the house, you know, that deck, it doesn't shift or move. You know, I've had multiple people over that corner. You can jump up and down on it, whatever you want to do. It's not going anywhere. I hate the way that it looks. I'm kind of OCD about some things. I put a lot of pride and take pride in my work, but it just ended up that that's the route, that the way I decided to go, just because of the septic tank being there. I still wanted to be able to access it if needed, so that's the reason for that. And here's this angle, and it's raining on us pretty good now, so I'm gonna head back in. Then we'll take a look at the things that I've got in the front yard and other projects I've got planned there too at some point, but that'll be another video. Everybody, thank you so much for watching these videos. Like I said, this one is just to show you projects that I've done and some of the projects that I've got going on, and just to talk about them a little bit. And I just want you to know kind of where we're going with the channel and what you can expect to see later. If you can, please subscribe to the channel, you know, hit the notification button. That way it'll pop up and you can see whenever I post new videos out there. If you have any questions or comments, don't hesitate. I'll try to answer everybody if I can. And like I said too, let me know your thoughts on things, things I've got going on. If you would do anything different, or you have any ideas about it, or other things you'd like to see me do. I like all the feedback I can get. Thanks for watching.